Quarantine Crew, welcome back to another video. This week, our video is all about geocaching. In this video, you will learn a ton about geocaching. We had no idea what it was going into this, but it was super highly requested, so we thought we'd do this video for you. We actually got to interview two professional geocachers in this video, and they shared their biggest cache, their smallest cache, facts about caching, some rules. It was a super helpful interview. We hope can help you too. But first things first, what is geocaching? Well, if you were to look at Google, the Google definition for geocaching is
the recreational activity of hunting for and finding a hidden object by means of GPS coordinates posted on a website.
So basically, if I were to dumb this down for you a little bit, there's an app which actually is called Geocaching. It's green. When you open it up, you sign in or make an account. It's free. And it looks like this. It's a big map of a bunch of different little dots, and those are the caches you can go and find. So this has a GPS on it, and it will show you how many feet away you are from it, directions on where to get to it, just some cool stuff like that. This app is super helpful, and you need it to geocache. So if you want to download it, it is called Geocaching. It's a green app. It has 4 little squares in it. It's on any app store. You could probably get it on Android too. We have iPhones. So that's what geocaching is. What happens is when you're looking on your app and you're looking for the cache, caches could be anything. They could be little containers, they could be big containers. We'll get into that more in the video, but it could be anything what you're looking for. The GPS is super helpful. Hopefully the people that have found it before you put it back in the exact same spot. So it should be easier for you to find. So when you find your cache, inside of it is going to be something called a log. When you find it, make sure you bring a pen with you to geocache. So when you find it, you need to sign your name on the log. And it lets the person that hit it know that you found it. And it also lets cachers after you know how many people found it. So it's very important that you sign the log and sign the date you found it. So once you find it, you go back on the app and you say you found it, and you write a little note to the person that found it, and it actually emails the person that found it, or the person that hit it, that you found it. So it's super cool.
Just make sure to write a little thank you to the person, and then, yeah,
you're all set after you find that log. So make sure you put it back in the exact same spot. Another really important thing is don't be super obvious. When you're looking for caches, you kind of want to have stealth. You kind of don't want a lot of people to know what you're doing, just because maybe someone who's not geocaching sees you do it. They might go over and steal the cache just because they don't know. Or they just want it for themselves. I don't know. But make sure you're kind of stealthy about what you're doing, and don't tell people where the cache is. That's the fun of finding it. So if your friend's geocaching, let them find it for themselves. Don't tell them where it is. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video and have fun, guys. Hey Quarantine Crew, we're back with another video, and today we are doing the highly requested geocaching. We're so excited for you guys to be joining us today. Let's get right into it. We're here with Mr. and Mrs. Croat. They are professional geocachers here in Norwalk. Tell us a little bit about you guys.
We started geocaching, my husband started in July of last year, and I kind of started tagging along in August. We love it.
kind of got hooked on it, and we enjoy finding them, but we really enjoy the hiding them.
Hiding them is your favorite part? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so today they actually brought some examples of what you might find when you are out caching. So there's a piece of wood. So it opens up, and inside is actually the little tube you write on. That says that you found it. The log, yes. Okay. So here's some examples of things you might find, some tools you might need, duct tape, hand sanitizer, because we don't want COVID. some tweezers, some grabby things to get stuff up in a tree. I don't know what for sure they're called.
Grabby things.
Grabby things.
Some walking sticks.
Yes, and the thing at the end is called swag. Can you guys tell us about swag? What is swag?
Swag is just items that you'll find in some of the containers that are large enough to hold items. You use it for trade. It's the common rule, if you take something out of swag, you need to replace it with something else.
Okay.
So what are kind of some of the other general rules about geocaching?
So rules for when you're trying to find one.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use stealth.
Okay.
You want to make sure that other people aren't really seeing what you're doing.
Okay.
That if somebody is not really a geocacher
Mm-hmm.
and they're just that person that's seeing what's going on, we call those muggles.
Okay.
And if somebody finds one and they mess with your cache,
Mm-hmm.
we call that being muggled.
Okay.
So, and that happens quite a bit because people don't understand what it is that you're doing out there.
They may find this after someone has been there and been obvious about it, and then they may take it. So then the next person goes to find the cache and it's missing.
Okay, so if you find a cache, put it back right where you found it so the next person can go get it, unless it's swag, which we talked about. And what are the rules about swag? So
Very good. If you find a cache and you take an item out of it, you want to make sure that you put something back in the cache equal or greater in value, basically.
okay.
So what are any no-nos for swag, or like just any no-nos in general for
A very
geocaching?
good question. A no-no for swag would be food type items. Now, somebody, they thought they were doing good by putting this in there,
Mhm.
but you really don't want to put food in there. It attracts bugs, and it could be something that's tampered with.
Okay.
You don't want anything that's like a liquid type item that isn't marked, that you don't know what it is.
All right, so if you find something in a cache, you get it, you put something back.
Correct.
All right. So that's all about swag. Let's see. What is the biggest cache you've ever found?
A homemade one that was rather large. The container that was in it was an ammo container,
Okay.
but it was about 4 foot high and about 3 feet wide.
It was a huge box that just kind of hinged out from the post, and then that was inside of it.
Nice. So what's the smallest one that you've ever found?
Smallest one would probably be like this magnetic one.
Wow.
And the nice thing about the magnetic ones is you can hide them anywhere.
Nice.
And
So
there's some other smaller ones, and some that are maybe a little bit more difficult to find would be like this one here, that you open it up and your log is on the
It's in
inside.
disguise.
It is. It's kind of that camouflage,
Yeah.
but it can hide right out there
It
in
blended.
plain sight.
wow.
Okay.
But will it mark on the app where to find it, or like how does the app work to let you know how to find your geocache?
It's all done by GPS coordinates, I'm sorry, but it'll take you right to the cache. It'll even tell you how many feet you are away from the
that's
GPS
awesome.
When you
coordinates.
open the app, you're going to see all these
Here, I'll let you.
Kind of like little dots.
little dots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is just kind of a portion of the area in Norwalk. Where we are is the blue dot, and you
Okay.
can see that we're kind of on top of.
one.
So as we enlarge it,
I knew it was on the other side. I
it
was right.
shows.
We,
it
we,
shows
we,
us-
we, can, we can look for that one here in a
It
minute.
shows us we're in the car, and it's going to be
Okay.
So.
All right, so how the geocaching app works is when you download it, you can get either a free account or you can get a premium account. The premium account you have to pay for, and the difference between the two accounts is on the free account, there's some caches, and then on the premium account, there's more caches, better caches, maybe harder to find caches. Maybe the person that hit it put a lot of time and effort into them, or they hit it really, really well. Those would be examples of more premium catches you might find. So if you guys get into it more, maybe you should get a premium account so you can find those extra cool catches. All right. So this would be an example of a premium cache.
We would
Cache.
probably put that
Cache,
in
yes.
as a premium.
You want to show how it works?
Sure. Looks like a normal birdhouse. It looks like there's an opening right here. But as you notice, the opening is blocked off so a bird can't get into it. Then on the back, you open it up and you take this out, and there's the log that you need to sign. Now, you always want to make sure you take a pen with you when you go out caching, because you're really not supposed to claim it as a find unless you sign the log. You'll also do an electronic log in the app, but you're supposed to sign the paper log also.
Okay.
I see for those small ones, should you also bring some tweezers with you to get them out?
Good idea. Tweezers, because like this little tiny one that we just looked at, there's the log that you have to sign.
That's insanely small.
Make sure your handwriting is fairly small on these logs.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I see other caches can be disguised as like animals and
Street signs.
street signs.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you notice, there's a tube in the back of the bird that
Right there.
where the log would be.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So what are some acronyms we should know about geocaching? I know you guys use some. So what are some common acronyms that you think everybody should know?
There's lists of them online, and you can search for those.
Okay.
Very common is TFTC, thanks for the cache, when you're signing your logs.
But that's really not very good. You need to write one.
Yeah, we prefer that you write a little bit more than that.
CITO, C-I-T-O, cache in, trash out.
Okay.
So if you're out caching, you got to do something good for the environment too. Make sure
Yes.
you're picking up, even though it's not your trash that's out there, pick it up, take it back out, and dispose of
Leave
the
it
trash
better
needs to
than it was
All
when you
right.
came.
So that's cache in, trash out. So when you guys are out caching and finding your caches, if you see trash, make sure you pick it up. I think all cachers mostly do that, right?
They really do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be good to the environment.
Yep. So part of being a pro cacher is taking care of the environment and the place we live. So please, please, please pick up trash when you're out caching. Okay.
So is there absolutely any place you can't go while geocaching?
There are a lot of places that have restrictions. It's not allowed on school property without the permission of school officials. Pretty much any place that you want to place a cache, you should always ask permission of whoever owns the property.
Parks, playground equipment, you want to kind of stay away from.
Okay.
And depending on the type of cache that you're putting out there, you really want to be careful with that.
Okay.
Railroad right-of-ways is another place that you're not supposed to place any caches, because so often people will put a cache in something like this, and if it's not marked and you have this laying in a place that is kind of a
Makes
secure
it
area.
suspicious.
I mean, can you imagine walking into an airport and seeing that laying there somewhere? And
I know.
so,
Gotcha.
yeah, you got to be careful on where you place
Alright.
them and how you disguise them.
Okay.
So once people get good at geocaching, does that mean they can start making their own and placing them around?
Yes. In fact, they suggest that you find at least 20 caches before you decide to try to hide one, just so you know. I mean, by the time you find 20 of them, you're starting to get pretty good at it, and you know what you're looking for, and you know what other people would be looking for then, and that way you can go out and start putting the caches out.
Gotcha.
We've hidden probably 35 to 40 in the Norwalk area. There used to be a lot fewer.
You hear that, guys? There's 40 caches in Norwalk, so go find them because they're there.
And the majority credited to these guys, so
Yes.
please give them a big thanks in the comments.
Yes.
We've got about 140 out there, but only about 40 of them in Norwalk.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's crazy.
Okay.
All right, so we're about to find a cache using the app, and it's here at undisclosed location. You'll have to come find it, but it's a secret. So this is what our app looks like. There's all these dots, and we're gonna go find one.
The blue. Yeah.
Right.
You might want to hold that while you film it and come over here.
Okay,
So,
And then you can zoom
we're
in.
close. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We're so close, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna walk toward the
38
geocache.
feet. Okay. We're so close. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. I think it might be on here. Will you hold this down?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. We're getting closer. 12 feet. 9 feet. Okay.
Okay,
Wait.
I think I see the object in question, where to find it.
Okay, I don't think I do. Did it say 4 feet? Is it over here maybe? All right, okay, we're looking for the cache, guys. Are we sure it's over here?
Just went 7 feet. It's 4 feet in the front.
This is live action, everybody, so you're seeing this live.
2 feet?
2 feet?
No, it changed back to 7 feet.
It changed back to 7 feet? This is bad, guys. We're not doing so good. But that's okay. It's our first cache, so you're on this journey with us. Yeah, we're so close. I honestly think it's in this fence, Callan. I think this is a good place to put one. Does this come off? No, it doesn't.
now, a lot of people do put it in there where you just touched.
Yeah, these, I have seen that before. Callan's still looking at the sign of the secret location. You probably know where it is now. Okay, what does the app say, Callan?
App says to go this way. Although
We're
then
2
again,
feet. Do you think it's in the plant?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Aha! We found it! Haha. Okay, guys, we found our first ever cache. We did it. Okay, open it. I'm excited.
Do you have your pen to sign it?
We don't have a pen. That's a big no-no. Everyone go get a pen.
we're opening this up and ooh.
Oh, look at all the swag.
This is probably, nope, that's not the log. That's not the log either.
Let's see. It's in there somewhere.
There's a, well, that's cool.
Is it in
Oh,
the
what do you
bottom?
know? Corona. Ah, here we go.
There we go. There's the log. All right.
Oh, but there's a pencil in
A
here
lot
too.
of
Is it?
people found them. We got a pen.
Alright.
Alrighty. So once we found the cache, then we get the log out of it. So this is what the log looks like. It looks like a lot of people have found this cache. So we're gonna sign there. Callan, here's that. Would you like to sign for us, please?
Sure.
Maybe sign it, quarantine crew.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll sign the quarantine crew.
I'm gonna give that back. Thank you.
You can against the sign. History being made, everybody.
As long as the pen works. Oh no. Oh, here we go. There we go.
All right, quarantine crew, we are on this log. Let's go. All right. And remember, once you find the log, make sure you put it back and put the cache back where you found it so the next person can find it.
And remember, if you take any of the cash, make sure that you leave something in return.
Swag. It's swag.
Swag. All right, so now that we found this, we do have to leave something behind. So we got this, just gonna put it in there.
And then we get to take a swag.
Yes. So I think we got a little teddy bear. All right, we're gonna put that back on.
Okay, now we're gonna go hide it, and you don't get to know where it is, you little cheaters. So, okay.
But it'll show you like the size of the cache. It'll show you if there's any hints, like there's the hint for that. So you get different information, and then that's where you log.
There's also the description. So
Oh, I'm sorry. This is where you would log that you found it. These are some of the logs of people previously that have found it.
So once you get your account set
Awesome.
up, you'll have to go and unlock this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, quarantine crew, now that you have found your cache and you took swag and you put swag back, it's time to get some hand sanitizer because we are staying away from corona. So make sure you get those bacteria away. All right, quarantine crew, that's the video for today. Special thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Crow for helping us out.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week for our crafts. Quarantine crew, we are doing reverse tie-dye. Bye, guys.
Bye.